Hello there, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about Iron Man 2. This review is going to be very short since, I don't know, I never really liked this movie all that much. No, I wouldn't say I hate it. I just, this wouldn't be on, top worst movies I've ever seen. It's just, I just couldn't get into this movie. This movie's, about Iron Man, pursuing being famous because he's Iron Man, and, because of that fame, he's now getting targeted by a guy named Mick Rowe. Sorry if I said his name wrong. And, he's Whiplash. He's the guy with the laser, these electric tentacle things. Whips, basically like that. And so, Iron Man is trying to face those battles while also rediscovering his father's legacy. And dealing with his own demons, I guess. So, this movie came out in 2010. So it's about 12 years old. But, it was a very long time ago. And, I don't really have much to say about this movie, because I was bored all the way through this movie. There are some things I like about it. I mean, I like Don Cheadle in this movie. Don Cheadle's really good in this movie. I don't know why. He just easily catches my attention when we see him in this movie. What about Robert Downey Jr.? Yeah, he's great. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. just still kills it as Iron Man. I really like his suit designs in this movie. He's wearing this. I'm pretty sure he wears the same armor from Iron Man 1, but in this one he wears a silver armor where it's a suitcase, and I always like that part where he during the racetrack scene he picks up the suitcase and then puts on the suit, and then boom, he I think it's Mark 7, I don't know. And I thought it was cool that he was racetracking in this movie. And Whiplash, he's kind of just like any other villain. He's someone who hates Tony Stark because of his poor decisions. Just kind of like how the Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming hates Tony Stark because of the way he was treated after the Battle of Earth, because Tony Stark's rich and stuff. And kind of like how Mysterio hates him. And Mick Rowe kind of is just he's kind of just your basic bad guy. I mean, I thought his weapons were cool. They were really nice looking. And then we gotta address the elephant in the room. Scarlett Johansson and as Black Widow. This is her first debut in the MCU. Her first movie. She mostly looks like her comic book counterpart. She doesn't speak Russian, and I was never bothered by that, because, I don't know, this might sound a little, I'm not trying to sound wrong here, it's just, it takes me back I'm taken back a bit whenever I do hear, Black Widow's voice, if it's Russian, because I'm so used to Scarlett Johansson's performance whenever I see Black Widow, but if I see Black Widow in, old Marvel games, it just feels different to me. I don't know why. And, I mean, she's mainly hangs out with Pepper Potts in this movie. She's basically the assistant to her for some reason. Even when they research her, they just see that she's got a tougher side. For example, during the boxing scene where Iron Man's boxing Happy Hogan, and then there's this, I guess, running gag where Happy's just never leave eyes from the opponent, and then Tony just straight up hits Happy, and then when Black Widow does it, she just stares into the eyes, smiling or whatever, and when she turns around, and then she just grabs his hand and then flips him over. And that was a cool scene. And Black Widow doesn't do too much until and during the party scene where she puts on Iron Man's glove, but she's really just doing that for undercover reasons, and she's probably just spying on Tony if you really think about it. And we do get to see her later in full costume. I thought that was kind of cool in a way. And yeah, and there's also Justin Hammer. He was okay in this movie. He's definitely memorable. I mean, he's not one of the best MCU villains. I don't know. The MCU kind of has a habit of having bad guys who wear suits, who are greedy and just want to do evil stuff, like an Ant-Man, the Yellow Jacket. That guy he just wants to use Yellow Jackets to, I don't know, to create an army and then, I guess, not really rule the world, but take things his way. And the other Ant-Man villain. But Justin Hammer, out of all these men in suit villains, he definitely felt the most memorable. Like, I don't mind Justin Hammer. I don't know why. And, yeah, not much really goes on. We do get a nice scene where Iron Man sees his father, and he says, "My greatest creation is you, Tony." That was nice. And, the scene I really like is probably the only fight scene I actually was engaged with is, where Rhodey is tired of James Rhodey is tired of Iron Man being drunk at the party, and he's just like he's taking it too far, where he's just destroying things with his Iron Man suit, and yeah, Rhodey then goes into the War Machine suit, and he says, I like this part where he goes, I'm just gonna say one thing, get out, and then yeah, the two fight, and yeah, it's kind of a funny fight in a way. Because it's ridiculous of the situation. And so, yeah. And Pepper and Tony's relationship is fine in this movie. Like, everything feels fine in this movie. Like, I don't hate this movie or anything. And we get Nick Fury. He's kind of forgettable in this movie. We kind of just see him. He's just there just to be there. And, yeah. And then the final scene where everything comes together, and then Iron Man and Iron Patriot, Iron War Machine, then take down all the robots that Justin Hammer created, and then yeah, the Whiplash almost kills Pepper, but yeah, because of this explosion from the robots, they all explode. The Whiplash, and then he dies, and then yeah, the movie ends with Iron Man and Pepper kissing, and Rhodey's just like, ooh, you guys can do that anywhere else, or he just says it's cute, I don't remember. And so then the movie ends, and we get a post-credits scene of Thor's hammer, and that leads us to Thor. So yeah, these are my honest opinions about Iron Man 2. I don't think it's like the worst superhero movie ever made. No, I've seen a lot worse. But yeah, this movie is just like, it's not really a movie I really want to watch. So I'd give it like a low 6 out of 10, maybe a 5, a high 5 out of 10, or 6. Just how about a 6? So yeah, that's my review on Iron Man 2. If you'd like to see more MCU reviews, I'd love to do them. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.